Hi, everybody. This is Dallas Cohen, and you are watching the Rebound Coach Live. I'm so glad you're here today. This is clearly a very different setup than normal. I am holding my phone, and so it's a little bit wobbly. Y'all, it has been a day. It's actually been a few days, okay? So, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I just find myself in a season of super busy and there's just a lot of stimuli. I just put my daughters to bed and we just practiced some deep breathing because it was that kind of night. It was that kind of night, and I find myself with task after task after task to do. And they're good things. They're good things, and it's important to really look at the value of the things that are on our agendas. And does it line up ultimately with our goal? Sometimes there's this push to maintain, right? Like you're maintaining every day, you're surviving every day. You got to get up, you got to get the kids going. You've got to do whatever you do for work. You've got to feed said children. And that comes with keeping up a household. So you're buying groceries, buying groceries, making sure the house is clean, making sure the kids are taken care of, and they need a new this and you need a new that. And there's just a lot to do, and there's a lot of back and forth, and there's things going on in the long-term background, family members with illnesses and trips that you're taking or planning to take, and just to, hey, I need a babysitter for this, and oh, we're not going to have that for that. I got to work this out and work that out and work out the other thing and the other thing. In those times, it's really important to remember what's important and keeping the main thing the main thing. And I was also encouraged this week. I'm just kind of sharing with you today. I also was really encouraged this week. I was meeting with some people who had some business-related, it's the fancy word for it, but deliverables. That's the fancy word I was looking for. They had some deliverables. So they needed to get done 1, 2, and 3, right? And I'm on the phone with them or meeting over Zoom to talk about how they're going to get number 1, 2, and 3 done. And they were saying how one of those things, one of the goals they had already been working on and just came through a struggle before joining this particular project with accountability for the goal. And they were saying, this is hard. This is hard. We've been doing this for a while. We haven't been able to get it done. And, there was money involved in getting the thing done. And I said, you know what? Not all problems are solved with money. Sometimes instead of all of our effort to check off boxes, we need to solve the actual problem. Because we make boxes, and by that I mean list items, tasks, things we want to get done, things we give our calendar to maintain, right? We give ourselves boxes because we think those boxes, they're intended to handle something, to fix a problem, to reach a longer term goal, right? If we just check off all these boxes, we'll get to where we're trying to go. And so we busy ourselves with checking boxes. The reality is, it's not always the case. Sometimes checking boxes is just checking boxes. It's not getting us to where we're trying to go. And so sometimes it's important to step back and reassess and look at it maybe in a different way. Let's turn the object and look at it from a different angle and see what are some things we might need to do differently to solve the problem that the agenda item was trying to solve in the first place. I'm kind of speaking emerald for those who know what that means. But, you know, what are we trying to do here? Are we in a job, a marriage, another kind of relationship? Are we at a church because it is where God wants us? Are we there because it will bring enhancement to our lives? You know, are we trying to enhance our lives with this employment? Are we trying to enhance our lives with this relationship, with this place of worship, with this to-do list we've given ourselves? Or is it something else? Are we just checking a box? And so today, I want to encourage you on the Rebound Coach Live to not just check boxes. And sometimes we do really big things for a checkbox reason, you know, and in our hearts, it's not about what we've told ourselves it's about. You know, we might have told ourselves that we are for doing good and we are for making impact. But the reality may be that we're really in it to make ourselves feel good in the moment, to waste time and distract from dealing with the true hard issues that matter. And this is just another thing to spend our days doing instead of the real work. So today I'm serving as your gentle, loving reminder to keep the main thing the main thing. And remember why it is you're doing all the things you're doing. And take a real look at your day. Take a look at your week. Take a look at that calendar. So are all these things truly getting me where I want to go? Is this enhancing my life? Is this giving me meaning and purpose and fulfillment? And if not, is there anything I need to do about this? And for those of you who might be like, oh man, I need to do something about my checklist. I need to do something about my calendar. It's filled with things that don't matter. I would encourage you for one further step. Who's holding you accountable to making positive change in your life? If you say no one, my inbox is open. Just extending you an opportunity. Just extending you an opportunity. If you are hanging out with me this week, I want to tell you about this exciting thing coming up on February 11th. So we know February 14th is Valentine's Day. Is the time where people spend loving or hating their romantic status, their romantic relationship status. And not always a lot of energy is spent on developing love for yourself or even connecting with your Creator, who is the lover of our soul. And so next Saturday, February 11th, we are hosting a day of healing, safe touch. Y'all, I am, if you've heard of the 5 love languages, my close to top love language is physical touch. And that was particularly hard to deal with when I was in an abusive marriage, because there was not just unsafe touch, but lack of touch, which is an abuse tactic all by itself. If I can withhold the thing that makes you feel loved, it is just as bad as, you know, inflicting other kinds of pain or harm. And I didn't think that was significant. You know, well, he's just not touching me. He hasn't touched me for X number of, you know, days, weeks, months, years. When I got to the other side of this and I started to meet so many other high-achieving women of faith who lived through abusive marriages, to God-professing men, sometimes clergy. I realized that it wasn't just me. You know, there were many women that were just neglected as a form of abuse, neglected, emotionally neglected, physically neglected, financially neglected. And it's a real thing. And so for those of you who were like me, who longed to be touched, who longed to feel love in that way, and not always a sexual way, but if you're in a marriage and you're lacking sexual touch, that is definitely deeply painful. But even not, if you're just lacking caring touch, you know, for the season of COVID, that was a struggle for a lot of people who need that touch. So we are hosting a day of healing, safe touch. Not just touch, not just healing touch, but healing, safe touch. It is on Saturday, February 11th, at a beautiful, beautiful property called Shiloh Farms. It's so peaceful. It's a peaceful place. It's a beautiful place. I am very, very excited to share it with you. And the event is absolutely free. All you have to do is register and show up. You can find more information about that at thereboundcoach.com/events. thereboundcoach.com/events. There's also, and if you are watching this and you're like, well, I'm not in Tampa Bay, there's actually several events happening called A Day of Healing Safe Touch all around the country. And there's an online version too. So we are providing space for healing, space to be seen, space to be heard, and space to be loved. If you are not in the Tampa Bay area and you're interested in attending an in-person or a virtual event of A Day of Healing Safe Touch, put it in the comments. Hey, send me more information and I will make sure you get the information of where you can plug in person or virtual. But if you want to come to Tampa Bay, which I hope you do, because it's going to be amazing. It's coming up so soon. And that's part of the reason why I'm in low lights today, holding my phone. Because it's busy when we get towards event time. It's busy, but it's such an honor to provide sacred spaces for women to heal, be seen, be heard, be loved, be known. And I am excited for what's about to happen. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, do not miss this. If you're not in the Tampa Bay area and you want to come down, do not miss this. Saturday, February 11th, we start at 10 in the morning and it's all day and it's absolutely free. So we're just going to be a blessing and I'm so excited. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to tell you about A Day of Healing Safe Touch. I wanted just to encourage you. Don't just check off boxes on your long, never-ending list of things to do. Find purpose, find meaning. And if you don't, if there isn't, then maybe it's not something you need to spend your energy maintaining. And the only other thing that I will point out is be conscious of your expectations. Be conscious of your expectations. We are in control of what we believe. We are fully in control of what we believe. No matter what we see, we're in control of how we interpret what we see. So you don't have to believe that the world is a scary, mean place. You don't have to believe that it's never going to work. You don't have to believe that things will never change. You can choose to believe that the world is safe, that good things are happening. I was inspired. I went to this fabulous personal and professional development event this past weekend. I attended virtually. Y'all, it's phenomenal. One day you'll have to come with me. But one of my mentors there put me on to this YouTuber that makes money. And so he'll take a penny and turn it into like a house, or in a week he did that, or take a penny and, you know, travel across the country in a month. And not just is it entertaining, it was inspiring for me to watch that, because it's this 23-year-old white male. Now check it. I work in nonprofit. I understand that how a young white male is perceived versus how someone of color is perceived, or a black man might be perceived. Like, I get that. I get that. But what doesn't seem to pertain to this young man, what he never thinks of, is that it's not going to work. That's not part of the narrative. It's like, I have a plan. Let's give it a try. Let's go. And then if it doesn't work, all right, back to the drawing board. We're going to try this other thing now. The energy never goes down. And it doesn't occur to him that maybe he can't sell all the stuff he's trying to sell. I mean, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Like selling waters on the road, okay? It never occurs to him that he won't sell through his pack of waters. It never occurs to him that he can't do the thing that he's trying to do. That can be the same for us. That is that childlike faith. That is that strong belief that we had as children and we lose as we age, because we choose to believe all the crap instead of believing, controlling what we believe, and believing that all things are possible. All the things are possible. So I just encourage you with that today. All the things are possible. If you're watching this, send me a comment. Let me know that you're here. I'd love to say hi. I see there's a person. I'd love to say hello to you, like by name. But I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. Please check out A Day of Healing Safe Touch over at thereboundcoach.com/events. thereboundcoach.com/events. We are having an amazing event this Saturday, or not this Saturday, next Saturday. Oh, I'm so excited. Next Saturday. Hey, Prophet. Thank you for hanging out. I'm just encouraging the people because I've had a week. I've had a couple days where it's been super, super busy. And just encouraging the people to keep your busy in perspective. Keep your busy in perspective. It's very important to be meaningful with our days. We don't get them back. You know, we don't get these days back, and they go fast. And then the years go fast. So good to see you, Prophet Jerry. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Just encouraging the folks to live with purpose, live with meaning, and do the things that move you forward, and not just doing things. Because we're so busy doing things. So encouraging everyone to do things with purpose. So I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much for coming. Check out A Day of Healing Safe Touch over at thereboundcoach.com/events. I'm so blessed to speak with you. I'm so blessed to serve you. I'm so blessed to share virtual space with you. Thanks so much again. Feel free to leave a comment if you're watching the replay. And until next time, folks, choose life. It is a true story.